Here again, and college football week 1 is over, and we have a recap for you. But first of all, we are going to look at the game that happened today. Happened Monday night, Labor Day. We're looking at Clemson at Duke. And Clemson at Duke was the play of the week. That was the bankroll pick. That was the pick that we said to go all in and checking the tape. It was a wonderful game. I didn't expect it to turn out like that, but that's a heck of a game. That's a heck of a finish. That's the kind of game you want to enjoy when you got money on. And wow, did Duke come to play? And Clemson, since Lawrence left, I don't know if they can get that offense back. Let's just go over some of this. This is pretty unbelievable. Clemson had 3 punts, 2 missed field goals, 3 fumbles lost twice inside the 10, 2 turnovers on downs, 1 interception, and the only touchdown that they had of the game was off a muffed punt by Duke. So, and they have a new offensive coordinator that's supposed to come in, and they have a new quarterback. So kind of the thinking was expected to be, okay, this offensive coordinator, the quarterback, they're going to get off to a rough start, but the Clemson defense is going to be able to win them the game. That's the thinking. So when you're taking 12 points, and Duke coming into their second year with this offense, quarterback, the coach, the whole system, they're really putting it together last year, and they put it together. They have they sit on top of the ACC. I would say they're right there with FSU, who had a fabulous game yesterday on Sunday night, and they destroyed LSU in that second half. That was a heck of a game, but I would say Duke sits at the top. I think that they're a better team, and that's just going to be a heck of a game. I don't even know if they play this year, but if they do, I will not be betting that game unless the number's really crazy, like FSU plus 12 or something like that. I'll have to look it up. But anyways, Duke looks good, and we got the win week 1. Week 1 is over, and well, let's go over some of the games. We did lose the Minnesota one, but that's not a bankroll pick. That's the fun picks. If you want to do something on a side, obviously we look at all the games and we give you our thoughts. But when we give you a bankroll pick, that is the pick of the week. That's the one that you're going to bet on and you're going to use your money for. Got one money that you're not going to touch all year, and at the end of the year, you'll have some money on the side, and you'll be able to use it with whatever you want. Eventually, we'll take some off the table, but if you stick to the plan and you stay disciplined, you should have a good chunk of change. Minnesota, we gave you, and they were -7. They really disappointed, but Nebraska, they have a lot of starters that stayed, but their core, I would think, that was really disappointing. Jeremy Mims kept them in the game. He kept moving the ball, but Minnesota's quarterback, Athan Lanikis, he could not do anything. Even the passes he was giving his receivers were terrible, and they were making the most of them, but they could not move the ball. They couldn't rush the ball, and they really disappointed. I was hoping that the Minnesota defense would be more aggressive. They did what they do. They held them back, but if Minnesota can't score, they ended up winning the game by 3 on a field goal. And you want to keep that in mind. Minnesota has like one of the best field goal kickers in the game. So with a team that kind of grinds it out every week, that's something to look at. That's going to win them a lot of games. We also had Utah over Florida, and that should have been a no-brainer. So we did win that one. They covered, and they really destroyed Florida, who looks not like themselves. Their incoming class doesn't look like they've got any greatness in them at this point, but we'll have to see how it goes. But Utah, in my opinion, is the best team in the Pac-12 this year. I think that They are better than USC. They're better than Oregon. They're better than Oregon State. They're better than everyone, basically. Washington State. They're better than Washington. Washington looks phenomenal. I was kind of down on them. I didn't think they'd be that great, but they took a step up from where they were last year, and they destroyed Boise. Boise is putting something good together over there, but they need to stay in their lane. Obviously, they're still too slow. They're still growing. Should they do good in their conference? Probably, but not in the Pac-12. Not in the Pac-12. Pac-12 is probably the best it's ever been, and it's the last year of the Pac-12. So we'll see what happens. I don't know who's going to win the Pac-12, but give me Utah. I'm taking Utah if I'm going to take anybody in that division, especially with Cam Rising coming back. That's going to be fun. Who's not good is Arizona State. Arizona State looks like crap. They almost lost to Southern Utah. I don't know what the spread was, but they did not cover. That's for sure. Other games to look at were Stanford at Hawaii. We gave you Hawaii, and we expected the Rainbows Warriors to do a lot better. But man, Stanford looked big. Stanford and Cal both. They looked really big, and they really beat down the teams that they were playing. It's just a different level. It really is. And Hawaii usually able to move that ball. They look really good this year. Hawaii looks really good. They're not the terrible team they were last year, but sitting at 0-2 wouldn't tell you that. But we're going to catch them. We caught them in week 0, and we did not catch them against Stanford. I expected them to come out throwing the ball, and they just were not able to do anything. Stanford was in there every time. They couldn't tackle the Stanford players, even though Stanford's new quarterback was not that, he didn't look great. They were just small. They were tiny. We got, let's see what else. Oklahoma. Man, you got Dylan Gabriel coming in, his second year. How long has he been in the college football? Probably about 10 years. But he's coming in, and he's coming from UCF. We already know he's smart, he's fast, but he sent a statement out there to the world, letting Oklahoma fans know that they're back. And they have a defensive-minded head coach now, which is a little bit scary. If Oklahoma ever had a defense, my goodness, they can really put it together on both sides of the ball. I mean, 73-0. I wish I released that game, but I did not expect it to that level. The ones we got to release is something we all look at, and we all agree the stars align, and we give it to you. That's just the way it's got to be. And we're not going to pick any game we know. So we got Iowa. I really liked what I seen out of Iowa. They could score. Did they slow down in the second half? Absolutely. I expected the defense to have Utah State scored less, but I really like this Iowa team. I really like the offense. I like the defense. I like everything about them. Are they kind of favorites to win? They're the West. What is it? I forget what it is. The Big Ten West or something like that. But yeah, they're sitting at number 25. I expect them to move up a little. Not right now. The win over Utah State doesn't do much for you, especially only by 10 points. That's not impressive at all. Michigan didn't look too impressive. I thought they would come out looking to destroy East Carolina by 50 points or something like that, knowing that Harbaugh's out, do it for him. And they slowly walk their way to a 30-3 win. That's pretty good, but you expect it. I expect them to destroy ECU. ECU's pretty good. So what does that say for their secondary, that they were able to hold them to 3 points? I don't know. We'll find out when they face someone that's really good. Fresno State looking good. They went to Purdue, played Purdue. Fresno State, they lost their quarterback to the NFL. They lost their running back. They lost their wide receivers. They lost so many people that made Fresno State special. And they still came out. They won 39-35 in Purdue. That's impressive. What are they made of? It looks like these new guys might have something special. They might be able to take it, beat San Diego, San Jose State, some of these other teams that are in their conference. We got Iowa State. They won 30-9, and that brings up a good game next week, which Iowa State and Iowa are going to play. I'm excited to see that. I'm leaning towards Iowa. Ole Miss, 73-3. Coming out, Lane Kiffin and the quarterback, I can't remember his name, but he is a transfer. And Jackson, I can't remember his name, but he's no joke. He's starting off right where Coral left off. And I think he's better. Jackson, I can't remember. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He looks better than Coral. And Matt Corral just got picked up by the Patriots. We'll see what he does. He might get some playing time over Mac Jones, hopefully, because Mac Jones looks terrible. And Corral's got heart. I like the way that he plays. But I would keep a big eye open for number 22, Ole Miss. We're looking at some really good games and some really good teams this year. Everybody's fighting for playoff position. We got Oregon, they're looking tremendous, as always. Ohio State look like garbage for any Ohio State fans. Nothing personal. They have to be saying it to themselves. What were we doing out there? What are they putting together? The same thing kind of happened last year. They weren't, running on all cylinders at the beginning of the year, and then they put it together, and then it became normal Ohio State game, normal Ohio State football. They'll probably be fine. But are they on Michigan's level? I don't think so. Not at all. Are they on Iowa's level? They'll probably figure it out. Iowa just always looks so slow playing the big teams. We got, what do we got here? I think we have Texas playing Alabama next week. That's exciting. I don't know who's going to win that game. I'll have to look more into it, but I think that I don't know who has the edge. I really have to look into that game. I have to say that Georgia looks like Georgia, but I think they're very vulnerable this year. Hence my Michigan ticket for them to win it all. So whoever wins it all, I don't know, but I know that my Michigan ticket is looking pretty good. What else do we got? What else did we give you? We gave you UCF. They destroyed. Those guys are looking really good. Defense, offense. They're just so darn fast. I don't know if they got kind of a Raider mentality when all they want is speed. I don't know what we're looking at for next week, but we have a bunch of feelers out there for games, and we ended the week with a great game. Duke killing it. Oh my gosh. Boy, was that fun. Duke killed it 28-7. I guess that's the game that we're going to end on. We started on and we're going to end on. That's my boy right there. We got the Duke Blue Devils, Riley Leonard, everyone there. I just want to thank them. They're on the top of the ACC. They're the new kings. Bye-bye, Clemson. The Tigers need to figure it out. They'll probably be fine, but they're not number 9 now. Both, we didn't even talk about Colorado, but Colorado's jumping into the top 25, and so is Duke. Easily jumping into the top 25. They're probably going to be at 14 or something like that. And they beat number 9. I don't know if Clemson's going to fall out, but they're going to definitely fall into the 20s or something like that. And then LSU, they're not going to be 5 anymore. They're probably going to fall back to 9. And then Florida State's probably going to jump up to 5. I mean, they just manhandled them. But keep watching, subscribe, hit that button. You're going to get more bankroll picks. We're going to take the $945, something like that. You got to think of the juice, whatever. And then we're going to turn that. We're going to roll it into something else. We got NFL coming up. We got a lot of good games this Thursday. Whenever the games come out, whenever we decide, that's when you get them. So keep watching.